So, good afternoon, people, and welcome back to the channel. Again, we're going to go a bit off topic from the Arsenal news because I want to try and make this channel about not just my team but other Premier League teams as well. So, today we're going to move on from Liverpool that we done yesterday about Dominic Schlosserby, and we're going to talk about Mason Mount going to Manchester United. Now, of course, most of you have heard the reports that's been going on for months now about Mason Mount wanting to move away from Chelsea, and he is set to join Manchester United out of all teams. So Fabrizio put out on his Twitter 4 hours ago about Mason Mount's medical has gone fine and successfully completed and waiting for Manchester United's official announcement. He's expected to share his goodbye message to Chelsea, and then Man United will unveil him as their first summer signing. Now, I've got a bit of a mixed reaction to this signing. I think Mason Mount's he's he's okay, but I don't really see what he does for a team that wants to be challenging for titles. Well, I say that, but there's most teams are happy with top four nowadays. Let's be honest. But for a team that's trying to move forward in the right direction under their new manager Erik Ten Hag, I don't really see what he does as a player. But and having him and Bruno Fernandes in the same midfield, I can't lie. That midfield will get ploughed through quite a lot because you have look Casemiro's world class. I'm not going to deny that. He's their best midfielder they probably got. They've got Bruno Fernandes that I don't really rate at all. I just think he's a whinging penalty merchant, if I'm being honest. And they've also got they're going to have Mason Mount, who is I say a bit better than Bruno, but then again, it ain't much, is it? And I think having two players that can't really keep the ball in midfield is going to be a bit mad for them next season. And I think the amount of teams that are going to just go through their midfield and walk through it easily is going to be a bit, yeah, it's going to look in peak, I can't lie. Now, since he has been at Chelsea in the senior team, he has won if I can think of, he's won the Champions League, the Club World Cup, the Super Cup. So, at the end of the day, he hasn't had a really that much of a bad career at all, has he? He's winning the biggest prize in European football with his boyhood club. Look, that's probably his dream completed. Let's be honest, and he probably may want to fancy a new challenge after this. And at the same time, it must be hard to leave that boyhood club as well. The club you've been at since you were like what, maybe 6, 7 years old, maybe, and after all these years, come through the ranks. You see a lot of your teammates also come up with you, and you got to now leave that club, and then at the end of the day, go on to better things. Now, do I think the signing will be successful? Maybe. It depends if Erik Ten Hag plays a good style of football to actually suit them. So just play some power on the counter. Like, he might actually do all right. I mean, I know at the back end of the whole of last season, he didn't have a great season himself. At the same time, Graham Potter was playing him up front on the wing. DM at one point, I think I remember against Southampton, he played him on the false nine when they lost. I think it was 1-0 at home to him. And yeah, he's been a bit mismanaged this season. And Frank Lampard, coming in as an interim, didn't really help a lot either. But look, at the end of the day, we'll see where the signing takes Man United. I know they got to strengthen in a lot more areas. I think they need a new goalkeeper because De Gea is dusted, and as it stands, he's out of contract, so he's technically not a Man United player anymore. I think they need a new right back because I don't really rate Wan-Bissaka and Dalot. I think left back they probably need to strengthen. They got to strengthen a lot of areas. Let's be honest, and their midfield was okay. It wasn't the greatest last season, but I think that Casemiro, who was a key part of their team, and when you saw he wasn't there because of all the suspensions and stuff, you saw a massive difference in the way that Man United were playing. And I think also they need an actual number nine because you can't play Rashford up there for a whole season. Yeah, he scored quite a few goals last season, but he went through a period where he scored like 2 goals in 3 months. I mean, that's just not good enough for Man United. And Martial's never fit, so you haven't got many goals there. You haven't got much creativity at the same time. So adding Mount to that may help with that. Who knows? And I also think as well that they need a couple wingers because I'm not convinced by Anthony. He's had look. I don't know what he does in my opinion. You know, we see all these fancy skills, and then at the end of it, nothing happens. So they have got quite a lot to do in this transfer window, and look, it's still early. The transfer window opened in what, around 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. So look, they still got till September to actually get their targets in. But oh well, yeah, we'll see what happens. So thank you all for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe, share. I will have my links to my Instagram and my TikTok in the description below, and let me know in the comment section what other teams you want me to talk about, because we've done obviously my team Arsenal, we've done Liverpool yesterday, and we moved on to some Man United team news today. So I might drop a video about Mauricio Pochettino going to Chelsea, because that's routed quite a lot of Tottenham fans, I can't lie. So yeah, on that note, I'm out of here, so I'll see you all later in a bit.